we finally have some more Golden State Warriors and Lamelo Ball news to talk about on the channel. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time it's currently actually being reported that the Golden State Warriors will not be drafting Lamelo Ball, it does look like. That was all being reported by Connor Laturinu. Again, I'm pretty sure I just butchered his last name. I'm extremely sorry on that one, but again, I feel like this is really good news, especially for Warriors fans, and news that I have been wanting to hear as well, as far as I'm a pretty big Lamelo Ball fan. I've actually had the opportunity to meet him, and I got to watch a lot of him, play again in Australia, which was really cool and a very nice experience. But again, I just don't feel like he would be a great fit for the Golden State Warriors at all, and I really feel like a lot of people do agree with me. In my opinion, the Golden State Warriors definitely need to go out and draft a center. Whether that's going to be James Wiseman or Onyeka Okongwu definitely looks to be the main two options. I feel like they could definitely get Okongwu in a later pick, so they could definitely just trade down and, draft Okongwu. Why I really actually like the thought of them drafting Onyeka Okongwu is just based on the fact that he's a small ball center, again, a very modern type of player. He reminds me a lot of a hybrid of Bam Adebayo and Tristan Thompson. Again, I definitely feel like he could be quite a bit like both of them, more like a Tristan Thompson type of player, because he doesn't really have Bam's, playmaking, but he can definitely guard the power forward position a lot like Bam can, which we haven't really seen much of Tristan Thompson do in recent years. Again, we've seen him do it a little bit, even actually guarded the small forward when he guarded LeBron James on the Lakers. Fun fact, a lot of people actually don't know that, but when he played the Los Angeles Lakers, he actually guarded, again, LeBron James in the first half on small forward, and LeBron was actually playing one of the worst games for the season until, I don't know what happened, but Thompson and the defense kind of got really lazy in the second half, and LeBron just absolutely tore it apart. But Tristan Thompson was actually doing pretty good against LeBron James and the Lakers, and the interesting thing is, I really do feel like Okongwu could be a hybrid type of player, again, of Bam and Tristan Thompson. So I feel like he'd be a nice player to go out and get for the Lakers, especially considering he does fit the small ball type of lineup that the Golden State Warriors, do actually really like to, potentially use. So I do really like that one. James Wiseman as well. He's just a center that will get the job done and get boards for the Golden State Warriors. Yes, he may not fit their system and be the small ball type of center that the Warriors usually stick to, but I still feel like both of these players would actually be a lot better suited than what Lamelo Ball would actually be. I feel like Lamelo Ball needs to be on his own team, and it does look like the Charlotte Hornets may take him at pick 3. Again, I would very much like to see him get taken at pick 4 and go play with Zach LaVine in the Chicago Bulls. Again, if the Hornets do take him, I feel like it'd be pretty interesting, because it's reported that the Hornets actually want to trade Rozier, and it was actually, again, a lot of people are saying that Devontae Graham does fit better as a 6-man, so yes, in the first season, if they do trade Rozier and do draft LaMelo, we could see a combination of LaMelo Ball and Devontae Graham at that double guard position, but in the future, if they were to draft LaMelo, I could see LaMelo starting at point guard, and Graham coming off the bench to get higher, 30 minutes per game or so, as the 6-man. I think that would be pretty interesting, and again, I'd much prefer that option and the Chicago Bulls option over the Golden State Warriors. I just feel like with that number 2 pick, why would the Warriors need to go and bring in a Lamelo Ball? They could definitely bring in a player like Frank Ntilikina, who they've been highly rumored in, to do a very similar role to what Lamelo would have. Again, it's rumored that they want to try and bring in a Sean Livingston type of player, so a taller guard that can play defense while being a very nice playmaker. Yes, LaMelo does fit, and does check all of those boxes. Look, his defense wasn't that great in Illawarra in Australia, but again, he was versing, players that have been around the leagues for a long time, full-on veterans in the NBL. The NBL is one of the best leagues in the world, if not, again, I would say it's definitely top 3 most likely. I don't know if it's better than the Euro League. It's definitely not better than the NBA, but again, it's definitely up there, and the plays that he had to guard in the NBL are absolutely insane. So his defense was wasn't always going to be great, especially considering he's an 18-year-old that's never played players like this before. So I do expect, when he gets into the NBA, it will take a little bit of time to improve, but he could fulfill a lot of those roles that Livingston did. But they could just go out and, trade for a player like Frank Ntilikina for a couple second-round picks. And yes, he's not a lanky, tall guard that Sean Livingston was, but he could definitely fulfill a lot of those things that Livingston did have. And they could really get, Ntilikina for cheap while getting a center who makes a lot more sense for them to go out and get. And again, they could bring in a player like James Wiseman or Onyeka Okongwu. So what's the actual point of going out and getting LaMelo Ball? I don't exactly know at all, and that's why I'm great to hear that it looks like they won't be drafting him, by these sources that we do have. It looks like they were highly, interested and rumored to try and get him for a little bit, but again, it looks like these rumors, and sources can kind of put that to bed of it's probably not going to happen. And I feel like a lot of Golden State Warriors fans are kind of relieved on that. If I had to do the perfect, off season for Golden State, what it would be, in my opinion, would actually be to trade down in the draft, go and get like the 7th pick, and get maybe something back in return. For example, the New York Knicks, who have the 8th pick, I would trade down and give them pick 2. And again, just give him pick 2 and get back that pick 8, Frank Ntilikina, and maybe that Dallas pick or something like that. So then what you now get is you can draft Onyeka Okongwu at that 8th pick, while also, instead of having to draft him at 2, you can get him at 8, while bringing in Frank Ntilikina to be your next Sean Livingston type of player, brings massive depth to your bench, and then also getting a pick like that Dallas pick in to try and trade for maybe another player, like maybe doing a sign and trade to get Marc Gasol to the team. So pretty much, instead of drafting Onyeka Okongwu at pick 2, you would actually be able to get Onyeka Okongwu at pick 8 while bringing in maybe a Frank Ntilikina and Marc Gasol while kind of at it. Because again, it doesn't look like Gasol actually might sign with the Raptors, so he could be a player that Golden State Warriors would be interested in. Not just that, if I was the Warriors, I would go heavily after potentially Covington and maybe Gordon. Have a go at those 2 players, while again also bring in some center depth. So again, notice how on what I would do for the Golden State Warriors to put them back into the championship window. See, notice how I didn't say LaMelo Ball, because again, I don't really feel like the Golden State Warriors should be looking to try and draft LaMelo Ball at all. And I still feel like there could be a chance though that they, do get LaMelo at number 2. Look, we've heard these sources say they won't, but things always do change when it does come to the draft. A lot of unexpected things sometimes do happen. So again, maybe it could happen, but honestly, I really do think potentially the Golden State Warriors will not draft LaMelo Ball. I just feel like they're more likely to draft James Wiseman at pick 2 or trade down to get maybe that, pick 8 or something like that and just select Onyeka Okongwu. I think that would be the most likely decision that would potentially happen, but of course, I would really like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. So definitely don't forget to comment in the comment section down below, especially if you're a Warriors fan. What do you guys think they should do? Do you guys think they should draft LaMelo? Do you guys think they shouldn't? Again, it looks like they're probably not going to, but of course, I still would really like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. But of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and NBA news if you haven't already. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel. And don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.